Okay, so let's talk about cross contours. So I've already kind of walked you through the mini lesson, shown you the video, and now I'm going to kind of show you what this looks like on my project. I don't want you to have like 50 million cross contours. About 6 or 7 per object will do. So the first one you want to do is, you can already see I kind of put mine in pencil to make this a little bit faster, but you're going to do that eye level line. The eye level line is the straight line that's going to go all the way through the object, and it's going to be completely straight. And so that's what this line is right here. Once I get past the eye level line, then it's going to be the contours that go out to the left or to the right, or you can do the horizontal ones and do kind of the grid one. Remember, the grid's a little bit harder. I'll show you 1 or 2 of those, but I'm going to keep mine basically more to the vertical lines. So I'm going to kind of come to the left. It doesn't change much, but now I'm going to start worrying about the angle of this line. Right? So this line's going to become key, so I'm going to kind of slightly diagonal this. When I hit this section, then this line becomes what's important, and then this line. And so since that's pretty straight, it's pretty self-explanatory. Then I hit this little itty bitty guy, so there should be kind of a line that breaks, and then I'm going to come down in a slight curve. Next line, straight, straight, straight. But then I'm worried about this angle, so slanted diagonal, kind of a bow curve, down and straight again. Hit this little guy, come out at an angle, bow to finish. Right? So maybe one more. Again, this line becomes what I'm paying attention to. Bow, straight down, hit this, bow out, curve down. Right? And so that's what that's starting to look like with the cross contours. I'll come and do a few on this side. Again, now I'm worried about this line, so I'm going to bend or slant out this way until I hit this. Now my bow curves this way, straight down. So I hit this section, bend out, curve. Again, I'm worried about this slant, curve, straight down. Alright. So let's talk about the glue stick. My eye sight line, it's going to be this one right here. It's going to take me all the way through. Alright, and again, 6 or 7 per object. So I'm going to just kind of skip a few of these lines. I have too many. Kind of pick up where as they get closer and closer to this line, the edge of the object, they should naturally get closer together. And so I'll skip down and do one maybe here. Like I said, I'm not interested in having a gazillion lines. I just want you to understand form, to start having a mental understanding of the concept of form before we get into our graphite unit. And so that takes care of that guy, right? I'll do the shoe just because it's a more complicated one. I went ahead and went with the line of eyesight here. This guy's going to be tricky because it's going to go through a bunch of objects, and so it's going to constantly change. So starting, I'm going to wrap it. I'm going to imagine that that was kind of a bend, flat, bend, flat, bend, flat, bend, flat, bend, flat. Alright, and then just to make sure we cover a little bit more. I'm going to go into this mannequin and then I'll end it. So each mannequin, the section has to have a bunch of broken up parts. And so my eyesight is here on this particular one. So I'm going to do this arm. I'm going to pay attention to the bend and curve of this. And so it's going to have a slight little bend. I can't fit one in there, so I'm going to call that done. Then I'm going to pay attention to this contour. If you want to do cross contours, it would look something like that. Alright, if I wanted to do cross contours here, this line becomes the one I pay attention to. Again, if you're going to do a few, I wouldn't do too many of these. I would just do a few if you're going to do some cross contours. Alright, and so just kind of keep applying what you've learned in those videos and the practice sheet. Here, his chest cavity into the stomach. If I did the abdomen, the line of eyesight, curves to follow the contours. Right. If I did the head, eye level line, the contours. And then if I was doing cross contours, there's this angle, right? This line becomes what I'm paying attention to. Up here it's more curved. And so that's how you would do your project.